What are the top 10 markets for polyethylene film? I'm Jim Callari, editorial director of Plastics Technology magazine, and that's what we're going to find out. I'm joined today by Kevin Huntsman. Kevin is president of market research firm Mastio Company. Mastio Company has wrapped up a study of consumption of polyethylene film by end market. Kevin, welcome.
Good morning. Good to see you, Jim.
Good to see you. So in previous installments of this video series, we have covered the markets 10 through 7 in terms of size. We're going in reverse order. So now we are on market 6, which is shrink film. So Kevin, you guys did a lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of interviews with processors who are in this market. Boil it down for us. What'd you find out?
Great. So shrink film is obviously a very diverse market. And within shrink film, Jim, I think it's important to point out that we also include pallet shrink film as well. So we're bringing those together for subscribers. They can peel off which one's which. If you think just a regular shrink film serves a lot of different purposes. We see a lot of growth in shrink film. Largely when you think about looking at some of the big box stores, I say a lot of growth. The market growth is about 2.5%. is where we're at, but fairly robust for a very mature market. We did profile, Jim, over 40 players or participants in this market that we did interview. What was interesting to us, Jim, that the top 4, not unlike a lot of markets, control over 50% of the market. So it's a top-heavy market. Then you've got the rest are, I'd say, niche type players that participate, whether it's pallet shrink or just different generalized shrink film applications.
And do you see anything interesting or curious happening in terms of materials technology, the types of polyethylene that are being used?
Not so much. Being a very mature market, it's largely controlled by linear low density and low density. Those two are 90+%. Really not quite an even split, but very close. We do see some more of introduction, some of the more superhexene type resins coming into play, Jim. Obviously, metallocene is pretty strong, octene being the biggest linear low density. And then when you get into low, it's primarily the market share is really homopolymer on the low density side.
Is it more of a co-extrusion market, monolayer market? Do you see that shifting at all?
You know, it's stayed very consistent over time. And I get to my page here. We see it primarily being a blown film market, nearly all blown film. And no surprise when you think about shrink film. And then when we think about whether it's co-extruded or monolayer, it's almost a 50-50 split, Jim, between the two. And I think especially as you see some of the pallet shrink and some of the hood shrink films, you see some of the co-extruded pieces that come into those particular markets.
All right, Kevin, thanks very much for your insights. I'd like to remind everybody that this video series is on the Plastics Technology LinkedIn page. It's on my personal LinkedIn feed, and it's also on YouTube, so you can catch up on all of the videos we have done so far, as well as this one. Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Jim.